Seth Brock here with Sports Fight X, standing here with Matt Vaughan. Matt's actually going to be fighting in the Alabama versus Georgia from the Braun Center March 24th. It's going to be live on pay-per-view. Matt, this is your first professional fight. How excited are you to be in a featured fight in this competition?
You know, I feel great about it. Every fight that you can take towards your ultimate goal of being, in the UFC or, every bigger show that you can go up to is a step in the right direction. So, obviously, I want to do well, and I want to get a big win, here at Sport Fight X.
You train with John Sturgis. What's the plan that you've been training for right now?
I'm feeling pretty well-rounded. Our camp's pretty well-rounded as you should be. This seems to be, it's not, 1980 anymore. So, everybody's pretty good at everything. So you should know what you're doing in all aspects, but there's no secret to my game plan. There never has been. I'm going to try and stand up with you. I'm going to try and knock you out. So that's what I plan on doing.
What do you know about Steve Hall? How do you plan to handle this?
I don't know as much about that much about him, but I don't like him. He's coming to my hometown. Plan on beating his ass and get a big win in front of my hometown crowd here in Huntsville. He's a pretty good kickboxer. I've heard he's had some professional kickboxing fights and things of that nature. So he's a pretty good kickboxer, and I'm willing to dance the dance if he is. So.
All right. You normally fight at 155, but this actual fight you're actually moving up to 170. How do you feel about that gain?
I feel fine. I fought both as an amateur as a pro. I've fluctuated between 155 and 170, so I feel good at 170. It's not nearly as big of a weight cut, and it's actually allowed me to gain some weight, and I feel I'll make this cut just fine, and I feel like I'll be a lot stronger at 170, so I feel pretty good about it.
If this fight actually produces a win for you, who do you want to fight next and why?
I don't like to look too much past the fight that I have in front of me right now. It's Steve Hall, and that's who I'm completely 100% focused on. There's no big secret that I've never liked Stephen Wilhite. I don't like him, never have, but I think he's moving down to 145, so that fight's probably not going to happen, but I don't like to look past the fight that I have ahead of me.
Is there a difference in the caliber of fighters from this state to Georgia? Some have expressed that there's differences.
Adam Gibbs expressed, not everybody.
What do you think about that?
I don't believe that's true at all. I don't believe that they're better than us. They have some really good gyms out there, though. They do. They have, ATT Atlanta and obviously X3 and Rush is out there, I think. So, they have some really good gyms out there. But that's not to say that we don't. We haven't had to sanction anybody, for a very long time. We just now got one. So we haven't been as exposed as much. So we've got some good gyms around here. We have Team Sturgis, which is my gym. We produce several good professional fighters, and then there's Spartan Fitness down in Birmingham, produce Marcus Brimage and John Salters. And then there's I just talked about Stephen Wilhite, but they do have a really good gym over at Triad. There's a lot of good fighters coming out of there. There's Matt Ward, and there's Wilhite and the O'Briens. They're all good. So we have good fighters coming out of Alabama. We haven't been as hyped up to say as much as the Atlanta fighters.
Matt Vaughan. Matt Vaughan's going to be fighting at the Civic Center in Huntsville at the Braun March 24th. Don't miss it. It's going to be live on pay-per-view. Look it up on Facebook. It's Ticketmaster.com.
Hi, Mom.